Question number one was, have you stepped into your power? If so, how do you know and acknowledge it? Being open and honest about your power, and whatever that may be, whether you're like at the top of the top or whether you just leveled up from a position or a point in your life that, we weren't at before, taking credit for your power and what that looks like, and how there was the equating taking credit and acknowledging what you brought to the table, of any table, equating that to boundaries being set. So nobody else is like taking credit for stuff that you did, whether they know it or not. Nobody's brushing that you did anything under the rug. Overpowering the doubts that you may have with like double the confidence. Mm-hmm. And that is key, because that's kind of like, in a sense, fighting your own battles and winning and celebrating that you won.
My question was, how do we handle setbacks in life, over meeting our goals, especially when those setbacks are out of our control? You learn through experience in life, which is, there are circumstances that we can't control in life, but don't get so caught up and obsessed with your goal that it ends up defining you. Rob gave some really great examples about how what that looks like when it comes to the work that they do with Argus. There was a recent change in staff that created a lot of stress and pressure, and they didn't necessarily know exactly how they were going to make it through. But, the whole point was that they just kept going, and they didn't let the setback get to them. Tyler talked about breaking goals down into smaller pieces and sort of making that commitment a little easier to mentally digest, so that you're less likely to stray from the path that helps you meet your goal. Melanie sort of topped that point off really nicely with just this simple statement of like, keep your head up, or alternately keep your head down, whichever applies better to you, because that is really going to determine the outcome of the efforts that you make, without your goal being the one thing that defines you.
Beautiful takeaways. Would have never had these conversations otherwise. So that's the value of these gatherings, is just making time to be present in different ways and work, because we should be allowed to. We're not just robots. We don't just respond to emails. So this is the value of these connections and conversations.
Our next gathering is in 2 weeks, Wednesday the 17th, and I realized there was a mistake in the calendar invite, so I just corrected that, so you'll see that in your emails. But right now we're meeting every 2 weeks, which is actually more the first and the third Wednesday of the month. And we're alternating between noon and 4:30, starting at 4:30, so that we can accommodate different schedules.